I haven't been playing Path of Exile much, but when I have been playing, I've been mostly playing a Herald of Thunder Elementalist Autobomber. So this is a bit different than my previous setups. I'm going non-crit now instead of going crit as an Inquisitor, and my build is much more generic because I'm going non-crit Elementalist. And I did so because I think it's way cheaper to get started. It's much less reliant on cluster geo stacking. The generic AoE from going Elementalist makes for a much more pleasant mapping experience, and it has much more regen than Assassin because of being able to use Stone Golem. So I have a 6-link Herald of Thunder in my Agnerod South because Crest of Desire was way too expensive this league, which surprised me, but apparently didn't surprise anyone else. Arn's Anguish, the belt that I'm using, gives me brutal charges instead of endurance charges, and I have permanent uptime because of an enduring composure small cluster notable, and this is a huge DPS gain. The rest of my stuff is fairly normal. I'm using Supercharge on the large cluster, and this is really big. I think it gives something like 30% more damage because Herald of Thunder has very, very high damage variance. Replica Fragile Bloom gives me more regen, and then Glorious Vanity with Doriani for Corrupted Soul gives me ability to split the damage I'm taking from the Storm Secret rings. The budget start, if you don't have a 6-link and you're really struggling with Reservation, uses a Replica Alpha's Howl, and I was going to use this for a while. It gives +4 to Herald Gems, which is actually better than using a 5-link. It's like a super powered in power. Otherwise, I'm currently getting freeze immunity from a Glove Implicit plus Anointed Flesh. I do need to Bless Orb it up, but with that I'll be completely immune, although 2% freeze duration means that you get tickled by a little freeze and then you're instantly thawed. Alternatively, I can allocate Discord Artisan to get more Herald Reservation up top on the tree, or use a Natural Instinct, and then use Arctic Armor in my build, which doesn't count as an aura, and thus can be used despite Lone Messenger. I started playing this actually the moment I bought an Impulsa, the Jewel, Storm's Gift, and 2 Storm Secret Rings, which basically means you can get going with something like a 40 Chaos budget. So in the next couple of weeks, I have basically 5 builds I want to get running. The first is a Spectral Helix Hammered In I'm running as a Juggernaut. The second is a Storm Rain Doomfletch Trapper, which I already have going, but it's a bit awkward, although the damage is actually insane on that already. A Mjolnir Manabon Hierophant, which has full curse immunity and full ailment immunity, and permanent uptime on pretty much everything, including flasks. A crit Flame Blast Ignite build, taking us back to 2.6. And finally, a Spellslinger Eye of Winter Occultist. No promises for when these things come out, but I'm really looking forward to playing them.